little bit for the live.
And we are
live.
live.
Live starts, and that is how you make a live night train.
Right.
That is how you do
Done a
it.
couple of those.
Good evening, folks.
A couple of them.
Good
I probably need a mic
afternoon,
closer, too,
folks. Is it? What time is it?
I'm gonna make sure the mic's close. Oh, it's early.
It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's 1 o'clock. Okay, good afternoon,
Sorry,
ladies
way
and
early.
gentlemen. Welcome to episode 103 of Pillar Talk. Number one. Number
Train
one.
fucked up.
Number
I had to
one
wait for the thing
rule
to
of
come through.
podcast, dude. I know you do these fucking videos and shit, but this is a live show.
Right.
Train.
Oh,
You
we're live?
gotta
Oh,
get. Yeah,
hey,
we're
look,
live, dude.
live.
We're on CNN right now.
These people didn't know we were doing nothing today. They thought we were just hanging out all day.
That's what we're doing. We're just
that's
talking.
right. Yeah.
Oh,
that's true.
welcome to episode 103 of Pillar Talk. I'm here with Night Train FPV. It's not 4 V's, it's just 1 V.
Just one video.
Yep. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, a little bit about myself.
Get closer to the mic.
so,
You can bring it to you.
Yeah, I told you we need to adjust. But anyway, so yeah, so I don't know. I got going on 50. I act like a kid because I like to fly drones and raised 5 kids. Michigan raised mostly.
You said
California born
you were born in California until you were 8, right?
until about 8. Yeah. Then we came up to Michigan. Mom said she wanted 4 seasons. She was tired of going to Big Bear Mountain to go see the snow. So
You had to go all the way to a mountain to go see snow.
well, there's mountains all over California.
Mhm.
I mean, the Sierras go all the way through it, you know. So, but we traveled up to the mountain. That was our chance to go see snow. Was go up to Big Bear and see snow up in the mountains, down in the valley areas and San Bernardino and whatnot. There was no snow down there.
What's
You had
up,
to
Sharon? What's
drive
up,
to
Ricky?
the elevation,
Yeah.
get some snow.
Fuck. So you guys came up here, and how did you like the seasons, the 4 seasons?
I like it. I love having, you know, I mean, everybody's like, oh, Michigan, there's nothing to do, but there's everything to do here.
Well, dude,
Everything.
yeah, literally, the we get to see the best of the
skiing and
best.
snow
Yeah,
skiing and
yeah, you can ski on the water and in the snow in the same year.
yeah,
Yep.
sometimes in the same day. It gets pretty crazy,
Dude, yeah. Dude, what?
Yeah.
What was this year? This year's winter was 70 degrees and then a terrible snowstorm the day after. That's what it all was.
And then it was like, yeah,
And then
it was
now it's like,
just
what?
been cold.
Are we out
and
now
then-
or what?
No, I don't think. I think we got some more snow coming.
Like a mother
Well, we
mother
usually have,
month.
like Easter. Usually we see some snow. Usually, you know, somewhere around there. So
I always
we still got a couple weeks, I think, before we're out of the woods.
I would be in Alpena. I'd be in Alpena on Easter, and it would always be snow.
Yeah,
The eggs
I'm
would
not
just.
far from there. It's
little
only
hidden-
like another hour up or something
Yeah.
like that.
What city are you in?
I'm
Or
in Linwood area now.
Linwood.
Yeah. Or
What-
most people know me. I've mainly lived in Midland, which is Dow Chemicals corporate headquarters.
Midland.
Midland,
Isn't that over by
Mount Pleasant. It's in between Bay City and Mount Pleasant,
Okay. I think
which
I
is
know.
just north of Saginaw. And,
Okay. And then so you came up here to Flint.
yeah, we started in Flint, and then we ended up over in Sanford, Michigan, which is Midland County.
Midland County.
Yeah,
And so you've been up north pretty much the whole time.
pretty
Yeah.
much Midland. Was
So
Detroit for 5 years. When I got separated from my first wife, I went to Detroit area and stayed with some friends, and
how many times you been married?
twice now.
How many times or how many kids were with the first one?
2.
So you had 2 with the first one and then 3 with the next.
No, 2 with the second one. Well, there was one in between that I wasn't married to.
Come on, dude.
So
Night
and
train
then
just
2 with
slinging dick around
and then
Michigan.
2 and then 2 with the last one. So,
Oh, okay, so you had just one
well, the
out of
first wife I
wedlock.
met in Alaska. The
You had
second-
out of wedlock.
Out of
dude.
wedlock?
child
What
was
is
out of
this?
wedlock.
Yeah, child. The middle one is a child out of wedlock.
We in church now?
He's not a Christian, guys. I'll tell you
Yes, I
that. He said, "Yes, I am, dude." Don't tell me.
I'm a Christian. I'm not
You met your
perfect.
first wife in Alaska, or she was from Alaska?
She was in Alaska, and I was up there for the Army and met her up there and got married up there. And then moved down.
Was it one of those marriage
Married
weddings?
this year.
Like, hey, what's up? I just seen you. Want to get married?
No, we were together for probably almost a year or something like that before we actually got married. But
Okay.
I got her emancipated from the state and everything else, and she was awarded to the state and like foster cares and shit like that. So I got her emancipated from the state of Alaska and married her and had 2 kids with her and came back to Michigan, had the second kid, and we were together for about 4.5 years total.
And what happened?
We just didn't see eye to eye.
Didn't see how. Do you still talk to her?
Yeah, we talk here and there.
How old are those kids?
My oldest is what, 39 this year?
You got a 40-year-old kid?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
29.
29. That's what I was gonna say, dude. Because didn't you just tell me you were almost 50?
Yeah, 29 this year.
Slanging dick at age
Like,
10.
Dude, what's
20
up? I'm 9 years old, but I got
20 years
God.
old. 20 years old I started. So now I'm like going on 50. All my kids are growing up and moved out of the house. And
yeah. Would you say 1 year of empty nest you have?
empty nesting
You
so
guys
far
didn't get
almost.
empty nest syndrome where you're just
We're-
like fuck
we're
them kids.
Going crazy now.
Yeah.
We're like, don't know what to do.
Don't you live across the street from a bar now?
Yeah,
So you're just living the high life.
pretty much.
Rebel hat on, you're fucking going
Well,
over there.
that's droning. That's drone gear.
Rebel
So that's,
drone.
Different company that produces equipment. So they gave us hats, and we used to get quad box. So it was like a monthly subscription with drone parts.
So what did you go to the army for?
In the Army, I was a ground surveillance radar technician.
It's pretty cool.
So it sounds real exquisite and everything, but it's not really.
I just looked at the
So we
radar.
had a
There's something beeping over there
we
in
had a-
Squadron
we had
7.
a little backpack that we put on our back. It was about, I don't know, about 8 inches thick and big square bulky backpack. And then it'd have a couple dishes that we'd put together and a little radar that we'd put out, and we could monitor fields. And then we
Boop,
had
boop. Boop, boop.
ground sensing equipment that we would also implant and whatnot. So it was pretty cool.
And now they got those radar sensors on the Call of Duty guns.
Oh, those are
Look at
nothing.
look at where we're. I know. I'm just.
We actually had like laser tag back in the Army where it was like long range.
No
On
shit.
top of our guns, there was a whole block that you would mount on there, and it would have a laser that would shoot out, and you would have miles gear is what we called it. But you'd have basically a vest on you with a whole bunch of beepers. And
And if you
laser
got hit, you
sensors.
got hit.
And if
You played laser tag in
basically
fucking the
with
army?
real guns, no ammo, but real guns. We would shoot.
I meant to
blanks,
shoot him, sir. I
shooting-
meant to shoot him with a
straight up
laser.
shooting blanks and
Yeah.
everything, and yeah.
So when you fired the blank, the beeper would
it would
say you got hit.
censor the beeper at the top of the muzzle,
hmm
and then it would shoot the laser. And if you hit the target, the laser would set off that target, and it would beep 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 beep, and somebody have to come take a key and actually turn it off.
Oh, so you were fucking. I'm wounded.
Yeah.
I'm wounded.
So like, when
Quit
we were-
shooting me.
We went to Fort Chaffee, Arkansas for a training problem. Basically, it was 30 days out in the field, Joint Readiness Training Center. So you spend so much time there against the force that's there, the people that are stationed there, and they know the land, and you try to find them and basically move towards them like a war situation. And then after a certain amount of time, you switch sides, and then you have to dig in and try to fortify your thing, and they have to try to find you and come after you. So basically, you're for 30 days
It's a strategy.
playing war.
Yeah.
Just
You're
a
playing
big
war,
old
but that's
game of
good
Risk in
strategy,
real
though.
life. So with the miles gear, you would wear that the whole time, and the other team would have the lasers on their guns or whatever. If you got hit, we would have wound cards. So you would pull that card out, and whatever was on there is what you were wounded as. So either you got shot in the leg, then your medic that was with you in your group in your area
Had to
would
fix
have to
you.
come over and act like he was doing whatever it would take to dress that wound and everything else. Like you were.
Oh, so you were
real-time-
playing
we
like
were playing straight
fucking
up Army,
full
dude, with full
real war.
Yeah.
You were playing real war.
straight up.
What happens if you were somebody got
We had-
shot in the forehead?
We
You
had a guy
pull
got
the
shot
card,
in
you're
the,
dead.
private parts area. So he got,
Medic had to dress his
so he
nuts.
had to dress him like he was shot in the nuts. Yeah. Yep.
Hey, be careful with those, Papa. Dude, that'd be an awkward time to
Play
get a
war, you
boner.
got shot in the head. They'd have to bandage you up like you were wounded in the head.
Would they like field carry you off and shit and everything? Oh my
Just like,
god.
Just like you were going through war situation.
And so what?
Here's
You would
your-
have a full
Here's your evacuation point. If they need a helicopter, you evac out a helicopter and everything back to the.
was there a real helicopter?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Fly a map of the earth going over the top, right at the top of the trees. They call it map of the earth. So we're hanging out, feet hanging out the side of the helicopter and flying over the top of the trees at nighttime, watching down and everything. Oh yeah, real Army, dude.
They really
straight up,
Damn,
just like a
bro.
war situation.
and then why'd you go to Alaska? You were just stationed
Alaska
there?
was we most of the time they pick where you're going. So Alaska came up and we had an opportunity if we wanted to last minute, and somebody
They
wanted to
asked you?
trade, you could say like, hey man, I'll trade you parties or whatever.
Where were you
but-
supposed to go, or did you have a lot?
Alaska's
Okay.
where it came up. I was like, I'm from Michigan, dude. I've been skiing and whatnot, snow. I'm like, Alaska, wow, I really get to go skiing now.
Yeah, and I can see what it's really
It's
about.
really skiing.
Wow.
So yeah, I was all for it, man. It didn't bother me.
But you could have traded with somebody because
There
if
were guys
if
going
this
to
base
Hawaii and
needed-
everything that graduated from our class, there was like 4 of us that went to Alaska, 2 of us that went to Hawaii.
your class was for the
one went
radar,
over to- Yep.
so whatever base needed a radar, they gave you
whatever
a list
base
or
needed our
whatever,
particular. Yep.
and then they just put random people to it.
Yep.
And if
They
dude, can I go to
randomized it.
Hawaii, bro? You like skiing? Let me go to Hawaii.
So yeah, you'd have to go through and trade.
But they needed a radar guy
Yep.
on the base,
Yep.
so no matter what, one of you have to go.
Somebody was going.
Yeah, somebody. That's
So yeah, it was cool. We got to go to. I got to go to Japan for 30 days. We went over there and run around with their.
was that cool?
They got like a mechanized army, so it's all machine tanks and all that kind of stuff. But their military is different than ours. If they're not in wartime, 5 o'clock it's knockoff time. So we're all like, expecting, okay, we're done. We stay out in the field and whatever, and we keep playing in the army. They don't do that. At 5 o'clock they're done. So they climb out their tank and here's a case of beer, and they're out there in the field partying and drinking out on the tank. It's time to quit.
What?
Training's over, man. 5 o'clock.
Bro, I'm going in the army in Japan, bro.
Yeah, like,
Who
yeah.
got the bud? Cuz let's go.
If we're doing a training exercise, you're out there the whole time in the U.S. Army. You're training.
In Japan, weed is
In Japan.
illegal and it is a death sentence.
Oh, well, let's get some beer, dude. Woo! I don't even like beer. I fuck Japan then. Yeah.
Lots of sake, rice vodka.
Oh, dude, I like that
Michigan
shit,
native
actually.
says I was a mechanic
Saki
for the
Saki,
army.
them guys at the little hibachis, they be hitting you with that. Like, come here, come on, Saki me, son. Oh, dude. So, what was it? Did you like get to see the culture there, or
We got
did
to
you
do
only?
some stuff? We were over there for 30 days, and we trained for like about 2.5 weeks of the 30 days we were over there. The rest, all your equipment's coming in. You're unloading it from airplanes or this or that, and hauling it. And then
For what were they
reloading all
going
that.
over there for?
Just a training exercise to learn to train and see how they work. So if we ever go into war, we know how their military works, and we can more fluently work with them.
Oh, because
To
they're part of the
defend
UN too.
They're part of the
Okay.
United Nations and
So that was okay. So okay,
It was just a
you're gonna be.
mistake.
You could be fighting by them
Yeah,
at
you
one
could be
point.
fighting right
So
next
do
to
they
them
do
or
that?
whatever.
Like, okay, say the military right now, they still go send some people around the world and shit like
As far
that.
as I know, they're doing it.
And that's
I
is-
got out when they had cutbacks in like '93, so they were.
that's when I
starting
was
to
born, you old
close
man.
A bunch of bases and everything else, and You know, like at Fort Richardson where I was in Alaska, that's not even open anymore. It's not even a post really anymore. It's just like storage and training facility. There's nothing going on.
What was that place? So what an army base is basically is a tiny city, right? Just like a little
Yeah,
city. There's,
it's a city in itself.
but it's
got-
gated.
Yeah. Big time gated. Yeah. Closed off.
So
got-
we
gotta
have
go through an
American.
entrance and show your ID to get into the base.
You went to Japan and there was American base there.
We went over to Japan and like Hokkaido area where we went. There's military bases that are American populace as well, and we have treaties with them and everything else. We've got
So is
just like
there?
any country you go to, Germany, there's an American embassy and everything else. That's the main area for the military or anybody American, and then they'll have their bases throughout. We'll have a military base that's American over in Germany and West Germany and all that kind of
Okay.
stuff, wherever. They're all over the country.
So you pretty much can go all the way around, all around the world, all around the United Nations.
The world, everywhere, anywhere we
Yeah.
can. Even someone like Iraq. And
Like, would they
everything
bring
else,
up
they've got
certain
still
things?
bases.
Like, we're going to Japan. Do you want to do that, or is it only your battalion got picked for this?
we were just part of a training exercise, and it was our.
It was our
battalion.
name. Yeah.
Yeah, our division was going over there, and they said, "Okay, this is how many people." So out of ours, not everybody from our platoon went or whatever. You know, about half of us might have gone, and then half of us stayed there.
Did you work with drones in the military?
Never
They weren't even thought of yet.
Well, they were thought of. The military's got so much technology that we don't know.
It was so so
look at the
advanced.
drones they're using over there in UK and Russia right now. These things are carrying bombs and lasers and blowing up, things. The ones that when I was getting out, my MOS was actually being obsoleted because it was old technology, and they were starting to get into the drones. They were
So
starting
they
to
wouldn't have
train
needed
them.
you anyway.
All the guys down there. They would have MOS me.
They would have
retrained me.
retrained you in a
Yeah.
different. Yes, you
Retrained
would
me
have.
into a different job.
So it was just starting to get relevant when you were leaving in 93.
Yeah, they were,
We didn't see this shit till the 2010s.
yeah, it's about 4 or 5 years ago is when they really started getting popular as far as commercial or
Right.
consumer type drones.
My dad.
Otherwise, yeah, drones have been out there for a while. I mean, they're not the same as what I
So-
fly. I mean, they're not for quadcopter type style drones back.
They're like planes,
They're-
little
they're like a
planes.
plane, yeah.
And it's
all
just
radio
robot,
link
yeah.
control. Yep.
They're training people like in the military to play like a video game type thing, like video game. Like now I see it. There's like they're getting streamers to do it because
Well, half these video
They're-
games, they go out there with the military guys, and they're training. They're going right alongside with the guys that are actually out there, trying to get some of that footage at times, so that it's
or trying to
realistic
get
to
how
their
they
video
move. Yeah, how
Yeah.
they. So what got you into drones?
Seeing it on TV, seeing the racing on TV, watching them. So DRL is Drone Race League. They're on ESPN and all over TV.
It's a sport.
now.
It's a sport.
It's a full up sport.
Yeah.
There's $100,000 contract every year given out for the winner.
No shit.
Yeah, straight up.
$100,000 contract to what though?
To do commercials and all kinds of stuff and race again and go around. Yeah, travel. all
Oh,
over
now
and
you're
promote,
okay.
and, yeah, you're contracted with them. So
With
I
actually,
saw that on there, and I saw him like going through like Miami football stadium or the old bread factory or whatever, or the paper factory down in Detroit or whatever,
Mhm.
and like an abandoned building basically, and they had neon gates all lit up, and these guys are flying through wearing a pair of goggles, sitting in one seat, flying through these buildings, going through all these gaps.
I mean, that's pretty much like video games.
just adrenaline rush.
Really, yeah. And
And so, yeah, I saw
Because
that, and I'm
there's-
like, I gotta try these.
there's leagues in video games too now. There's
Oh,
and it's just kids sitting in chairs with a screen in front of them.
trust me, I know.
Timmer says vets are some of the coolest motherfuckers. And then he says they want you detached from war so you feel no guilt or remorse.
Yep, totally.
That's
Less suffering that way.
yeah.
That way, when you do get captured, you're not the first one to crack and go, "Oh, I'm such and such, and this is what we're doing." They want you to be like, against it, totally like.
It
numb
cut
to
my
that.
fucking throat out, dude.
Yeah. You give your name and your social security number. That's all you're supposed to give. Name and social. You don't tell them anything else. Name and social. Name and social. That's it. That's all you tell your cash. Yep. You don't give them rank. You don't give them none of that. You don't tell. They find out.
I ain't giving
private,
them my
they're like, oh,
social, bro.
they might use you as.
I got $4 in my bank account. I don't want you to have it.
Well,
I need it for something
so
one
that
day.
They can identify you. That's how your dog tags are. Your dog tags are related. Your name, your blood type, and your social security number, or what's on your dog tag. That's it. Oh,
So-
and your religion, Baptist or Catholic or Protestant or whatever, Buddhist, whatever you are. It's right on your dog tags.
Can I be a nature child?
So
As my-
officially, everything that you're giving them, your name and dog tag, your social, is right there on your dog tag. They've already got it if they've captured.
Well, no, you're only supposed to give them their name and the dog tag. You have your blood type right there. What if they needed your blood? And you're fucked. Now you're.
So I mean, your dog tags out. That the only information that you're supposed to give them is what's on.
Why is the blood type on there for just in case
so
if
that
you
when
get
when you
fucked
get
up and can't talk?
You need to know it's your identifier, so that the medic can actually fix you without giving you the wrong blood.
I'm running on type B blood right now. I'm fucked up,
Give
dude.
somebody the wrong blood, you can kill them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Wrong blood type.
Or you can get real high. I heard. No, I'm just
I don't
kidding.
know.
I'm just kidding, dude. That's not.
Well, you have to ask Lance Armstrong. That's what
Okay.
he was doing blood transfusion doping.
So you see these drone races, and then you're like, I want a drone. So what was your first drone that you bought?
So the first one I got was a full kit. It was like $380. It was an Eachine Racer 250.
You would think you would go to like Five Below and get one of those stupid drones so you could just learn how to fly
aren't
it.
The same. Those aren't.
Oh, it's not the same.
Those are
Have you tried those?
elevation hole, altitude hole, and all that. No, that's different than what I was looking at. Totally.
Oh, you were looking for
Yeah, I
fucking.
wanted
You were
the ones
trying
with
to
the
race.
goggles. I
Yeah.
wanted the straight up. Well, it's like being a bird, man. You always wanted to fly a plane or
Wanted to fly, period.
Be a
Yeah.
bird and be able to just scoop down on a building or fly in the trees, or you can do all that with it. You know, smaller ones, smaller areas, bigger ones, bigger areas.
That's pretty cool.
You've seen all the little ones. I mean,
Is there like a size limit that you can only have as a
up
As
to
a-
55 pounds is the maximum I can have up in the air.
so 55-pound drone?
Yep, all
Like-
up weight. That meaning battery, drone, everything that it's flying with, whatever it's in the air, all up weight, 55 pounds or less.
The other day, I seen a video of a human-sized drone,
Yep.
and this boy was.
Yeah, they got a bunch of mancopters now. They're testing them all over the place. The buys got them in taxis.
What are they called?
They're mancopters, basically.
But this thing
Sit in it and go?
moves as fast as a drone.
Yeah.
It's as big as you, and you can mount weapons to that motherfucker.
Oh yeah, There's-
Mofo.
It's
So,
fast as fuck,
you-
dude.
even the drones that I'm flying, you can mount guns to. They don't recommend it, but
Right.
they've got videos where they've done it, and people are testing it here and there, where they've got trigger mechanisms so they can pull the trigger and shoot down from it and everything. You know,
Okay,
just
so
like hooking a claw onto your drone.
so you had an interest in drones. Did the drones make your spark your interest to get the 3D printer so you could make
Yeah.
your own parts?
Yeah. So droning I got into, and we would do like mount your GoPro on top so that you've got good
Yeah.
clean footage. Whereas the video that we see in the goggle is more like a analog type video. You'll get breakup in it and this and that. Whereas the GoPro gets that clean footage, no breakup, no nothing. It's all recorded. So we would mount them on top of the drones. And to do that, we would print or buy printed parts from somebody that's printing already.
Oh, so you were
So
buying
at-
printed parts
By the time
regardless.
I bought, 2 drones worth of printed parts. I'm like, well, shoot, I've already invested $150 into just parts. $200 and I can buy me a printer.
I can make as many as I
So-
fucking want.
Now everything I've got.
Is that what
for
you
my-
started off with, the $200 printer?
That's still what I run.
What?
I'm still running a $230 Ender 3 printer. That's all I run. I got 2 Ender 3s at home. well, my first one was a Tronxy, which is basically the same thing. I got it in a review. I got it for 50% off because I did a review on it, which is on the channel.
Okay.
So just a quick product review, showed it working and blah, blah, blah. They gave me a discount on it. I got that. Okay. That ended up having issues. And I'm like, okay, so Ender's a good $230. Same quality. It's all
Yeah.
set up. Everybody was using them around. They're easy to upgrade. Great customer service at Career Alley. I'm like, all right. So I spent the $200. Then I upgraded that and changed some drives onto it. So I made it a little bit quieter and built the case for it. So it's all enclosed in and more temperature controlled from
It makes good.
drafts.
It
and
makes
stuff.
good work. The
Oh.
stuff that you have printed, I felt it. I touched it with my own bare hands.
Dang it, I forgot it again. It's down there in the truck. There's something for you in the truck.
There is
That purple head,
purple head. What?
the purple skull.
Oh yeah,
It's
sweet, dude. That's
I
sweet.
figured it was printed. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
You were the
fuck.
reason I printed it. So
Yeah. Oh man, I should have blew the one. It was right on my table at the house when you were over my house, dude. How do you like Monroe?
I haven't seen a whole lot of it yet. I mean,
How do you like my house?
it's a house, man.
Well, I mean, right here we drove through.
It's
This
not
is
like
the
across
heart of
street
Monroe.
from the bar like mine is, or nothing.
Yeah, it's not that cool, but you know, I don't. If I lived across the street from
You guys have to come up there and do a taste of at the bar across the street or something. You know,
that would be cool.
come up there.
Tell Ryan that. Is it good food over there?
Oh, it was great. Dude, everything around us has got great food. The Linwood Corners, everything, like all the bars serve half-pound burgers only. There's no quarter-pound burgers at the bars. I mean, and Friday nights we get jumbo shrimp for $13 or the walleye fry and fries and
Good food,
coleslaw.
good food. Hell yeah,
Oh,
dude.
we're always eating
I might need a taste of that. Like, whenever,
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
pizza, all that stuff.
So you started printing your own shit. Is that what you do? Is you solely print the parts for the drones? Like when
So it's
like
all
when your
like-
wife goes to sell your parts, or when she has her little
So-
thing?
Lately I've been doing that where like I got into printing some of like the fidget toys and things like that.
Yeah.
And my wife's doing craft stuff with paparazzi jewelry, so she's selling that. So when she has a booth, I'm like, all right, well, here's some stuff you can.
Yeah, you already got the booth.
So you know, she's like, yeah, I'll take it with me and put it out there. So started selling a little bit here and there, but I mean, it's just little stuff, you know, it's nothing big. But
Oh, so it's more
you
like
could get into bigger printer or bigger stuff like Comic-Con replica stuff, and people are doing that stuff with it and everything. So it's up to me as to how much.
but
I
just
work
the
a
little
full-time
toys
job,
that
too.
but
So-
you just
Little stuff's fun.
and you just leave it on the printer, go work, come
Yeah.
back home, it's done. Yeah.
Let it run for 4 hours, and oh, okay, there's a piece done when I get home. Or so I think the longest one I think I done is like 37 hours or something like that. It was like a whole village. It was about yay big around, about yay tall. It had houses and everything, like a little snowy Christmas village. Had a train.
Was it all? Oh, you had to
through-
paint it when you're
And then
done, right?
underneath there was holes, so you could put like the little fairy lights all up into it, so all light up and everything else. And
What'd you make that for?
my
You?
dad,
Oh, you made it for your dad?
yeah, I gave it to my dad.
Is that dope?
Uh,
Does he like it? Is this like
he
a little?
did. He loved it. Mom took it home and she's got it now. But, yeah,
Fuck, that's cool. I
that
like
was one of his
that.
favorite things at the nursing home as he was passing away. He always liked having it around.
Oh, really? Just the lights and.
He just cool. It was.
Is that why you made it? Was to make it look
it
nice
was
and
something for his room.
Yeah.
Christmassy decorations for him.
that's cool, dude. I like that. When I was in the hospital, my mom brought up some lights, and I still
yeah.
use the lights. I actually gave them to my daughter, so she uses them in her room now. So you always need that little bit of fucking, especially when you're up in like a nursing home or
Yeah, it's something to make it feel home.
just to make it
Instead of just like
because you're in a fucking white room,
instead of an
dude.
asylum.
Yep, that's. And then, so what made you start your channel?
The droning. I started.
Because you had the GoPro and you had
Well,
the
I
drone.
had the GoPro and everybody was putting it on. I'm like, oh man, I'll get into droning and posting videos and showing everybody flying. And I found drone groups by then and trying to find people to fly with because there's, you know,
There's
Really,
drone
you're
groups
supposed to have,
everywhere
like,
on Facebook.
a spotter. You know, when you're flying FPV, you got goggles on. You're supposed to have somebody watching. By legal law, you're supposed to be. So, you know, we
For
try to find people to fly with all the time
why?
because you're supposed to have anytime you're flying a drone by law, even recreational, you're supposed to maintain visual line of sight on the drone. So by
Somebody
having the
has to look
goggles
the
on,
drone, and
somebody
somebody.
else is being able to see the drone and make sure you don't come around people or somebody doesn't come darting out or this or that and you don't hit them. You get hit with one of them drones doing 70, 80 mile an hour at 500 grams, 800 grams.
It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna leave a mark.
It's not gonna.
Those
Yeah.
blades will chop your finger off at 40,000 RPM. You know what I mean?
You think?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I've
fucking.
I've
What are
seen
those blades made out of?
Polycarbonate.
They ain't cutting my finger off.
Oh yeah, they will.
Start that bitch up.
This one,
No.
just this one right here would actually, just this little one right here. Even though these blades are so flexible, I mean they're super flexy.
Yeah.
See,
That would cut.
see that? There's a rip in that one right there. But yeah, there's
What happens when there's a rip in it?
nice, yeah.
There's a
I
fuck.
need to replace them. That's
Do you
all.
print those,
No,
or you have to buy
you gotta
those?
buy 'em. Yeah, I don't.
You can't print polycarbonate.
Well, you can print it, but the trick with the blades is they got to be balanced and everything on these motors. Otherwise, they'll throw a motor out of sync. So it's better to have a company that's got a.
There's not four. There's not four ones for that one.
No, there's 4 blades on here, 4 sets.
Oh, there's 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top.
So it all unfolds. So there's your 4 sets.
Oh, that's pretty cool. What if it folds when it's flying?
It hasn't so far. I've crashed into a building and had an arm fold back like that or whatever, or hit a tree and had one fold back.
Because it don't click or nothing. That's what I was thinking. Does it?
It's spring loaded. You ain't gonna hurt it. It's spring loaded.
Oh, it is. Okay, there is something. How does it land then?
Just like that.
Oh, it just land.
Just enough to keep it off the ground. And that'll do
And
2K video.
you don't put a headset on for this.
No, that one I can throw right to the tablet or.
How much is something like this?
This one was $600 with the 3 batteries and everything. The only thing that you don't get with it is the
$600. This is
you get
one of the good
radio,
ones.
The battery, and yeah, it's DJI.
You don't.
It's all-
DJI is one of the
it's
best
all
brands.
GPS. They're probably the top drone company out overall.
There's no mount on that one.
Nope,
You
don't
can't-
put 'em out. You don't need it with this though. It's stabilized camera, so you can I can actually be flying and use a wheel and position the camera up and down. And this is your filming, taking picture. That's why this one came up, is because Josh is like, oh, I want to do some film type stuff. Or
That is a film one.
that's the camera drone right there.
What is the big one you had in your
The other one can be a camera drone, but it's also
the FPV? And that
So
is that the one on all your videos?
I fly all kinds of different ones.
FPV is just because you're doing the point of view.
I've got them broke down on playlists and whatnot. So like the DJI FPV's got its own little
Okay.
category, and then the DJI's got its thing, and then
What do you try to go like drone around, like get footage of?
it's
Just
usually like I did when we had the flood up there last year up in Sanford and all that, was all the damage.
oh, that happened to you? Did it fuck you up?
I got 4 videos of flying around all that stuff.
I was up north and that happened. We had to
We were
go home
probably
first.
2 miles, 3 miles from the actual water that come up where we were living at the time. It took us 2.5 hours to go around the lake to get into town because the roads were closed off along the way. So we had to actually drive all the way around. It took us 2.5 hours to drive around to get into town.
So get all your shit and go home.
Yeah.
Get all your
Get
shit and go
stuff while
home.
you're here and go home.
Yeah.
Wait it out. Yeah.
If you need 1 case of water, get 2
Yeah.
because you're going.
It's going to be a little while before you get back to
How long did it take to?
It was probably a good week up there, a week or 2 that we were flooded out, and
What-
everything started really opening back up and getting.
What was happening? They just didn't
the
have
whole
enough.
village. Well, when Wixom was what 15 million gallons or something like that, and then the lower lake, Sanford Lake, is like 12 million gallons or so, something like that. So when Wixom broke and flooded the lower one, it caused the lower one to flood. When the lower one flooded, it took out the whole village and everything right there that was right next to it. There's video of on my channel of me flying at the park right next to the dam before it was flooded. Flying up, there was ball diamonds and everything, and now there's nothing there. It's just leveled out. It took out buildings and old folks' homes and the hardware store, and it leveled buildings, literally leveled them.
Because it was so much,
So much
just-
force and push, just all at once.
Did anybody die from that?
I don't know how many. I don't know if anybody actually died from it
Just,
or not.
so what
A lot
happens?
of homes were destroyed.
What
a lot of
what
people
happens? Do they
were-
send a fucking? You're about to fucking flood.
They
Go.
were giving warnings that the floods were coming and whatnot, but there's not a lot of warning you're going to get. It all happened when that dam broke. It happened like
In a
within
day.
an hour. It was like already closing roads and taking buildings, like instant. It was quick.
Whoo!
Big time crazy. Just
Because
watch
my
it.
dad seen it on the news, or heard it, or they were talking about it at the store. He was going to pick up coffee, and we were up north in West Branch, and we had to go.
Up there
You-
just past Secord.
Yep, he said we had to
That's where it
go.
started is up at Secord Dam.
Yep, we gotta go. That's what he said. We gotta go. Let's go
and,
home.
And it went all the way down. I mean, Saginaw and Tittabawassee and all that down St. Charles, all that down south of us all got flooded out from it too and overflowed. And even all the way down towards Fenton and whatnot was catching from it because of all the water that came through. There's just tons and tons of houses, dude. Tons and tons of houses.
So how
just
many?
leveled.
Do you know how much money and damage it was?
Dude.
Think billions.
Yeah, there's so
Was it just a village or what? How big
So
was the
you
village?
well, the village of Sanford was pretty decent size. I mean, it's not huge, but half of Midland was flooded and whatnot. I mean, our main area where we have our farmers market, we've got this big old canopy type ring right there at the Tridge,
Mhm.
and the water was up to the canopy of that thing. I mean, we're talking normally there's 8 to 9 feet between the ground and that canopy, and there was water that high up. The courthouse, everything, dude. Yeah, mass. Some of the videos on my channel, you'll see them. Look up the spring flood, and there's 4 videos on there, and I've got video of right downtown.
So that would have been last year then,
Well,
like
you
about
might
a
have
year.
Even heard of the Tridge down from there? It's the 3-way bridge.
Yeah.
We got 2 rivers that come together, and there's a man bridge that goes 3 ways.
Yeah.
Above the Tridge. Yeah, that was all flooded out and everything too.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Did it get broke down or
It
anything?
didn't
No.
get broke. Didn't get broke. They've done repairs onto it now. They've resurfaced, rewooded it.
So
But
if you
yeah,
ever wondered if a dam does some damage when it breaks, it do.
a lot of people.
There's a dam up there in Alpena too. The Alpena, the Alcona Dam or whatever. It's a
Oklahoma
pretty
Dam.
cool one. I
There's
fished.
a bunch of dams up that way. We've been fishing Edenville and Essexville and
Never been
most
there.
of my life. We used to go small dipping. We go up to Omar up there, sucker fishing and salmon fishing. That's only like an hour.
So is your
Omar's up there by Alpena too.
really? Is
Yeah,
up
it's
there?
all the way
Okay.
up there.
So what what so is you what town do you so what city did you say you lived in?
Most of my life I've lived in Midland.
So
So-
so that's the area where you're at. So like
Sanford is Midland.
you got to
Okay.
drive into town. How long is your drive into town?
Normally it's about 12 to 15 minutes.
Oh, so it's not that far.
It's not that far.
Okay.
But
But when there's
Close
flood,
off the
yeah,
roadways.
yeah.
you got to go all the
But
way
when the
around.
whole
Well,
fucking town was cut in
you figure-
half,
You figure Wixom and Sanford did. So you had to go up above Wixom to get around the lakes to get over. So it
So
wasn't
you
like
had
cut
to-
through ST just above Sanford Lake. You had to go higher than that to get around the lakes because it was flooded out. It flooded big time area. Not just one town, not one village, but multiple areas got flooded out. all along that whole thing. And they're man-made lakes, both of them, Sanford and Wixom. They're two of the largest man-made lakes in the state.
And that motherfucker ruined the whole city.
All because of Boyce Hydro.
What
That's
they
the
do?
company that own the dams.
What'd they do?
So Boyce Hydro didn't repair when they should have. They had all kinds of repair things that they were supposed to be doing and weren't doing it. And supposed to be putting money into it, and they weren't putting money into it.
Some dude came up and was like, "This is a
So,
cool dam. Let me knock on it." And then
before
fucking
the flood, they said it was at 50% 50% capacity for flood. So it was only at half rate dam basically at Wixom to begin with. So when one of them failed, that 50% became 12% pretty much.
Right.
And it's bound to happen.
jeez,
yeah.
Louise, dude.
Yeah, we're still repairing stuff in that town from it. Sanford's still rebuilding. The hardware just reopened
yeah.
and everything else. Had to build a whole new building in. I mean, there was a guy that had a Fiero shop down there. Fiero's Forever, it was called.
What's a Fiero?
A Fiero. You don't know what a Pontiac Fiero is? A car?
Yeah,
Pontiac Fiero.
I've heard. Yeah,
Okay. Well, they're rare cars. They're a good car, but
it was just his
He had-
shop.
he had 27 different Fieros out there that got flooded and washed away. Some of them were rare collectible ones and everything. He had a Lamborghini, I think it was, in the garage. There was a cross between a Fiero Lambo.
Better have your fucking insurance,
So,
Papa.
yeah, they flooded in 2017 through there too. So
Same thing.
it wasn't as bad. The dams didn't break, but they had flooding through there. Back in '86, we had floods through Midland and whatnot, where it flooded a whole bunch of stuff.
You were here in '86.
I was there in '86 when it happened up there and watched. The water was that far from going into my house in '86. We were there.
Dude,
So we've seen a lot of flooding up there, but nothing like that one.
is there anything you're trying to do to, or you're going to be doing like new for the channel? Like,
For the channel news,
yeah,
just flying this year now.
just
on
more
different locations.
flying.
I haven't flown a whole lot. I got on the riding last year and was out riding the bike all the time. And now I got saddlebags on the bike, and hopefully
You could drone with the fucking dude. That's really good.
Take the drone.
Take
throw
your
it in the
GoPro
bike,
out of the bike and put it in your
throw
fucking
it
thing.
in and go for a ride. And backpack strap onto that sissy bar I got on the back and strap it on and go.
That's
my
fucking
freedom.
cool. That's cool.
That was
And
the
then
reason for it.
all the time that you're going to be out there, you're going to be seeing some cool shit.
Last year we rode up to Traverse. Well, we went up. We had a family outing up in Traverse area, so I went up to Mission Point, rode the motorcycle all the way out to Mission Point Lighthouse. So it's all along the coast up there by Traverse City. We went up to Tawas Point Lighthouse.
You can go to like Pictured Rocks and
Yeah.
oh my
Jump
god,
on the bike and go and take the drone and get some cool footage. and
fucking $12 for a
relax
full
for a
tank,
day and you're- yeah.
$10 for a full tank. Mwah.
4.5 gallons,
Right.
so $20 fills me up, and I
Yeah,
get
dude.
200 miles.
And
to
you're
the
gone.
tank.
Yup. That's the
Yeah.
funnest shit, dude. When that motherfucker hits E and is dabbling the line, I'll fucking stop. But, dude, so that's what. Do you have any trips planned out?
Not so far yet this year, really. With my shoulder and whatnot, I'm not sure how long I'm going to be able to ride the bike this year because I got to go for shoulders. I got 3 out of 4 tendons in my rotator shoulder area that are torn. They don't know how bad, and then I'm still working with it. So now I've got other tears going on in the shoulder. So sometime I'm going in for shoulder surgery, and that's probably going to put me 4 to 6 months of nothing. Just like you and your leg, putting you on your ass like, nope. I feel good. Nope. Not allowed.
Not feel good. I actually put 25 minutes.
Like going in on that treadmill and putting
Yeah.
too much time and overworking it.
I put 25 minutes on the treadmill with my son. I did 20 minutes earlier this week and then 25. I had to leave. All right, love you, bro.
Oh, be careful. Peace, bro. We'll be around. We can get some food or something afterwards. What?
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you'd be done around 3 or so over there?
Should be done around 3. I'm gonna have to at least drop
Oh,
them off.
you
to
did
clean their
something to it.
rooms.
Or are we done?
No, I knocked it. I knew I did.
Yep.
No.
Come back.
They can still hear us.
It's saying GoPro right now.
Yep, we're sorry, a little technical difficulties. See,
Killed
it
the
is.
camera, tripped over the cord.
It is what it is.
It shouldn't have to. You run an OBS, or
Yeah, OBS.
if you run an OBS, it should pick it back up. Does it? Mine's been pretty good about picking it back up lately because I've been
Oh.
using the Hero 8 for the dust cam. Works better.
Really?
I like the view and the color better.
We got the Hero 8. That's what Josh is using right now. Yeah.
I'm not paying for that Hero 10 and Hero 9. Work until it's blown out and have the surgery. Well, I was going to have the surgery in October, which would have been perfect because it would have been the off season for
Mhm.
riding. I'd have been healed up and ready to go. But the thing insurance said, nope, you smoke. So you got to be off the nicotine. And then I ended up catching some blood clots from something. So I had blood clots on my legs and in my chest. So that put me in the hospital overnight.
You on
And
blood thinner now?
they put me on thinners for a while. So I just got off the thinners and now I'm just on blood pressure meds. So off the thinners. So now when I got on the thinners, they said, nope, you ain't gonna have surgery until you're off of thinners.
Jesus.
So
dude.
that put, you got to be
So
off
what
thinners
about-
for 90 days and blah blah blah.
So what about your the nicotine? You can't have nicotine.
They said no nicotine for 30 days before the surgery. Period. No nicotine. No vape, no cigarettes, no nothing. So this right here is cheating still, but a week and
It's a
half,
lot less.
a week and a half without cigarettes.
Yeah. How you feeling? You feeling better? That's cool. That's cool. What time are we at?
The audio's still going. We're at 47 minutes.
Okay.
Audio's
Yeah.
still going for everything else, but the video, this is the only video.
So I'll shut that down and then shut that down. Okay, cool. We're gonna go to my house and yeah, well, I'll be there. Yeah. All right. Love you.
See you.
And then what more were we talking about? Fucking I don't remember what we were talking about.
Riding and
Oh, you got any you only rode in Michigan last week?
yeah.
Oh, we're talking about your surgery.
yeah.
So what's the plan? You're cutting down on nicotine right now. You're quitting all the way. So you're cutting. You got to cut down.
Tell them I'm smoking still. I'm done smoking.
Yeah,
We're off the nicotine. Yeah.
yeah. So you're yeah. Because you need to fucking find a way how to do it too. Because I started smoking these stupid things, and now
I'll be able to quit off.
I'm still just it's this. Like I don't crave a cigarette no more.
So
100%.
for full flavor cigarette, you're talking about 24 milligrams of nicotine per cigarette.
That has
This is
0.5.
6. So this is like nothing compared to what a cigarette.
6% per hit though
6 milligrams of nicotine is what it's
in the whole bottle.
yeah, the whole bottle.
So you're getting a percentage, a tiny
Yeah,
little
yeah.
percentage of it.
Yeah,
Because this is like 0.5 nicotine.
yeah.
So I don't fucking
It's
know.
way low.
It says something. Yeah.
Super.
Mm-hmm. 2,000 hits, and I feel like I feel like it's this that I'm addicted to now.
Well, it's the habit.
It's
the
this.
habit of having
It's
something there, and that's where this comes in nice because it's so heavy and bulky. I mean, lug that thing around for a little while.
Ew, dude, it hurts my wrist, bro. I'd be like, what the
Yeah,
fuck, dude?
It's heavy.
This is like a bomb.
It's good to have because I'll hit it and then I'll set it down and it'll be like, okay. So when I'm sitting around and it's there, it's more habit for me. At work and whatnot, I'm not trying for it. I hit it 4 or 5 times while I'm on a break where I was smoking a whole cigarette or something.
Oh, and breaking in the middle of work and going to smoke a cigarette and shit. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a lot better. I mean, but this ain't
It's
fucking
hard.
good either.
It's hard. I've been smoking since I was like 13. So, I mean,
I think I was
too many
15.
years.
I was 15. I smoked a joint and a cigarette. For the first time I smoked a joint was the first time I smoked a cigarette. Yeah. I mean, do you feel better after just a
I'm
week?
feeling pretty good. I can tell the energy's coming back and whatnot.
The energy and the you can
The
breathe
trip down
better.
here was probably the hardest I've had since. So, because I mean, 2 hours in the car, pouring rain on the way here. I'm like, idiot drivers. I'm like puffing on the old hardcore then. But
Yeah, with the fucking 2-hour drive. Yeah, and it's only been a week, so you're fresh. But dude,
yeah,
it
it's
takes
21 days to break a habit.
break a habit, 7 days to make a habit, 21 to break it.
Yeah,
So
we're getting a couple more weeks
That's
to be in good shape.
yeah, that's dude. So what? You're planning the surgery as soon as you can get it?
Yeah, as soon as I can get in.
You're just sick
got
of
a
it?
doctor's appointment Tuesday, hopefully, to get some cortisone shot and see where we're at. And
Uh,
make
how do
sure
you
the
feel about
doctors
those?
Cortisone?
Yeah.
It helps a little bit. It's just a steroid.
They fucking they
I got 'em
injected
I
it
had 'em in my
directly.
back lots.
What?
I've had them in my back, my lower back.
Oh yeah.
They're going in like monthly and getting cortisone once, month and a half. They do like a series of 5 shots down the back, 4 or 5.
Yeah,
shots
I give
down the
my.
side.
I had one thing go in my knee, and they put a cortisone in it, and it like
Didn't
it
know
felt like
nothing.
they put some shit in it.
Did you tell them to knock you out first?
No,
No.
fuck no.
You just went with it.
Yeah,
With all the tattoos, I wouldn't think it any different. But
it fucking hurt
same
though,
thing with the back.
because it feels
He's
like they
"Well, we
put.
can give you some local, or if you want." I'm like, no, go ahead. Straight into your spine, dude. You're laying on your back like this, and the guy's like, "Okay, you're gonna feel a little poke," and you're like, and you can just feel that whole. These needles are this long. It's
Ah, dude.
They're long needles.
I'm so glad it didn't hurt my back in that fucking
Yeah.
accident, dude.
So I mean, Doc does it right there in the office. He'll stick it right there through the back.
Mm.
To get the cortisone up here, he's coming from back here.
Yeah, that's what they do.
I was like, oh,
they stuck it in and it started. I was like, "What are you doing with that needle?" And he went
And
all
I'm
the
like
way
stiff
through,
all the way
and then he
home.
fucking shut all this liquid in there, and it felt like it was swelled up. I was like, "This hurts
Yeah.
more than it fucking.
For the first 24 hours.
It hurts like a
Yeah,
bitch."
They say don't do anything to agitate it. Not to mention it, you'll hyperextend or overuse it a lot easier with that cortisone in there because there is some numbing to that agent that they put in there. So you'll end up overdoing it.
My
a lot
knee is
easier.
worse. My knee is worse since I did it. Yeah. All right. I got 2 more questions for Night Train. Actually, one is plug your channel in, plug everything that you do.
It's YouTube, man. That's pretty much it. Everything's on YouTube or Facebook.
Under
Going on Facebook or Night Train FPV everywhere. You type in Night Train FPV,
you'll find
you'll
you.
find it. It's branded, bro.
Night Train
5
FPV.
years.
That's where you find. It's been 5 years.
5 years I've been doing that. Yep.
Hell yeah, dude. I got one more question for you. If you had one last thing to say to the world, what are you saying?
Be happy.
Just be happy.
Just live your life happy.
2 words, be happy.
Live
That's
happy.
fucking great, dude.
Don't waste time. We don't have as much time left as we've got here already. I mean, I'm 50 years old. I'm not going to make it to 100.
Yeah.
So live
Just
life
be
now.
be happy. Live it now. Be happy. Dude, thank you so much for driving all the way down here to come see us, bro. Thank you for coming, dude. We're still gonna hang out though.
Yeah,
And that's it for episode
food.
103 of Pillar Talk. I almost said Night Train. Episode 103 of Night Train. Pillow Talk. Me and Night Train are gonna do a little bit of pillow talk. You guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend. I love you guys.
Peace. Now T's got to run and try to shut it down.
Running.
That's what editing's for, though. See, that's what all the editing is for. So you don't have to worry. Cut all the crap out.